contest scheduled for one fall.
Hey everybody, hold on just a second. We are Stan's producer, so Goose is producing this while he's also hosting this, so just bear with me just a split second here as we're... Oh, there we go. Oh,
See?
hey!
He does everything on his own.
I do everything, you know.
He knows how to do it all. Seriously.
I know how to do it all.
Produces almost all the other shows here, so.
We're having too much fun.
Yep.
We are doing a special edition since this Sunday is...
Money in the Bank.
And Saturday is...
NXT Takeover Chicago.
We are going to do our Money in the Bank Takeover show today and give you who we think should win, what we think should happen, how it'll all go down. So we're going to start with Takeover because Takeover is Saturday.
Yeah.
And we're bigger NXT guys as it is.
Because NXT is better, so that's what I look forward to that more.
Now there are five matches on the NXT card for Takeover Chicago.
You know why they have less matches? Because they're always better.
They're always.
It's true.
So let's start off with a new rivalry that just happened in the last month. Let's start off with the Velveteen Dream versus Ricochet. Who do you like?
Oh, that's hard to say, but I think Ricochet will probably win, but I want Velveteen Dream to win because, I mean, I really like him. I'm pretty sure everybody likes him. His character's awesome. He's a great wrestler. But I think Ricochet is just like, I think he's like, maybe too popular to lose. But then again, that's also the same with Velveteen Dream. So.
Yeah, this is Velveteen Dream. I think this is his third takeover.
Because he had War Games, I believe, I think it was War Games where he had his match against Aleister Black, and then he had the last one, which was New Orleans, which was the North American Championship ladder match, and now he has NXT Takeover Chicago 2 against Ricochet.
Yeah, so I think my pick is actually going to be Velveteen Dream. I think he's lost the last two takeovers. I think he's got. I think this is a good situation for him to win. I think it'll be a great match. I mean, you got two guys that are just. I mean, remember we first saw the match against him a couple of weeks ago before Lars Sullivan.
That was fantastic.
That was a fantastic match. I think we're going to get pretty much the same thing.
Oh yeah.
But I think Velveteen Dream will probably pull this one out.
I mean, as he says, anything you can do, the Dream can do better.
Yeah. So let's go to the tag team championship match. Now this is now you were really interested in this one because this one has the undisputed era with Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick
Strong, and Adam Cole, but I think it's just O'Reilly and Strong.
I think it's just O'Reilly and Strong. They're going up against a couple of our favorite wrestlers.
Two of my favorite.
Oh, Danny Burch.
My favorite tag team.
Danny Burch NXT. And Oney Lorcan. And we've been watching these two guys for a while. These guys are crazy.
Top notch.
Very strong. I would not be surprised if Lorcan and Burch pulled it out and took the championship match. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Adam Cole is going to interfere in some way, and the Undisputed Era is going to keep the belts. But
that would make me angry so much.
But I would not be surprised if Lorcan and Burch won these belts. But I just think I envision something happening where, you know, like I said, Cole's going to interfere and someone's going to get in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you know,
maybe Pete Dunne will come out.
Undisputed Era. That would be an interesting
because
little
I mean,
twist.
he was in the six-man tag team match against the Undisputed Era a few weeks back. So maybe if Adam Cole, like the baby he is, he does interfere in the match, then Pete Dunne comes out to help him out or something. That'd be nice.
That would be nice to see. I would like to.
I also love Pete Dunne. He's
one
of the best champions.
Love the bruiserweight.
If you haven't seen him, he's one of the best.
He's one.
Trust me.
But like I said, I think the Undisputed Era is going to win it. I'd like to see Burch and Lorcan win it, but do I have to ask for your answer? I'll ask for you. Who do you like in this match?
Of course I'd like to see Lorcan and Burch win, but Yeah, they're obviously the underdog,
Yeah.
so they're not likely to win, but as I said, I really want them to, so guess we'll just have to wait and see, though.
Yeah. Let's go to the women's championship match. Now, this is my favorite match going into this. This takes champion Shayna Baszler against my girl, the Twisted Sister, Nikki Cross. And I'm just going to go right out there and say it. I think Nikki Cross is going to walk off with the belt. I think this sets up for a great rivalry between the two of them that'll probably last for the next few months. But I think the way this is set up, I think Baszler is just, she's kind of. I heard one person tell me that Baszler will probably lose and she'll get moved up to the main roster.
Oh, I hope that doesn't
I don't see that happening. But
the only reason I think she would actually end up getting pulled up to the main roster because her like connections with Ronda Rousey.
Right.
You know, I don't think she's like experienced enough, like I guess maybe as a wrestler and character-wise to be called up to the main roster. Because if so, I think she'll just end up like what seems like a billion other call-up failures.
Right.
So.
I like Nikki Cross in this. I think she's just been playing the great mind games for the last couple of weeks. It's really thrown Baszler for a loop, and I'm looking forward to a great match. I think that, and by the way, if no one has ever seen Nikki Cross wrestle, go to NXT and see the Asuka Nikki Cross Falls Count Anywhere match.
No, it was a last woman standing.
Standing match. It was.
Well, I thought it was last woman standing.
Last woman standing. Still, it was a crazy match, and they took.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Well, the reason I say it was,
Nikki Cross was so close to winning that.
The
match.
reason I say Falls Count Anywhere is because they literally took it way out and almost into. They took
it all the way back up to like the
sound
entrance,
the sound booth.
Entrance
area.
area.
So that's why I thought it was a Falls Count Anywhere match, but it was. But you're right. It was the last woman standing match. That was an absolutely crazy match. So,
I think it was a candidate for
match of the year.
Yeah, it was a nominee. Is that what I meant?
So let's go on. Let's go on to the NXT Championship match. This one looks like it's going to be brutal. It's Aleister Black, the champion, against the Beast, and I mean literally a beast in Lars Sullivan. You and I have been debating that Lars Sullivan should come up just to wrestle like Braun Strowman or Brock Lesnar.
I want to see Lars Sullivan get called up to the main roster just so he can go whoop Brock Lesnar's ass.
Okay.
Because I know Lars Sullivan can do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Seriously. I want somebody to show Brock Lesnar up.
Yeah, and so this, I think, is also another great match that will probably be a good rivalry for the next 2 or 3 months. Yeah. I see Black walking away with a belt. I think he's going to get serious. You're looking at me like you're shocked.
No, I think Aleister Black will do it. I just think it'll be like a really long match.
One of the things I've noticed, because I remember that ladder match for the North American title. I'm sorry. It seemed like the longer the match went, it seemed like Lars Sullivan was getting winded. The longer he was in the match, but he was still a beast, and he was just knocking people around. But I think if the match goes pretty long, I think it's going to suit Black pretty well. I mean, he showed kind of stamina he had when he went up against Cien Almas. In that crazy match, but I see Black.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's in the Takeover New Orleans, so I think that.
I
think it was Takeover New Orleans, and I think that Black holds onto the belt, but I think Sullivan really does a lot of damage in this match.
Oh, of course, it's Lars Sullivan. Of course, he's going to do damage. That's his whole thing.
Who do you like?
Aleister Black.
Aleister Black. Any reason?
I think people like Aleister Black more. I also think he'd just be a better champion in general.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think it's time for him to come up to the main roster yet because I don't think there's really a spot for him.
Yeah.
And so.
Plus, I really wouldn't want to see him end up like, let's see, Ty Dillinger, The Ascension.
Yeah.
Any of those ones. I don't want to see him end up like them because he's way too good to end up like those.
All right, and the other match, the big match of the night, Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, is in a Chicago street fight against his old partner Tommaso Ciampa. Who do you like in this match? Because this has been an absolutely crazy rivalry.
Well, Johnny Gargano, he did win the last match, the no holds barred match. And so Johnny Gargano did win that one, so I believe Tommaso Ciampa will win this one. I'm pretty sure it's going to be as insane as the last one, though.
I think
But that's the main reason I think Ciampa's going to win this one is because of how Gargano won the last one. Mm-hmm. And so it's most likely that he's going to win just to keep it up as like a rivalry. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't seem like that. It's like a pointless rivalry because Gargano keeps winning. You know? So I think Ciampa's going to win.
I actually like Gargano in this match. This is the rubber match. It's the third one where they face each other. I think that the way that he's been set up for this last couple of weeks, especially when he went out and I think last week when he went out and beat Tommaso Ciampa's ass just hither and post around the ring. I think it's going to be a good match. I think that this looks like something that'll probably not only end up in the ring, it'll end up outside. I think you'll probably see like I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a plate of fries get thrown. Because
that'd be a sight to see.
It would just be absolutely crazy. Before
that seems like something Ciampa would do.
Before we go, because we got a little bit of time before our break. So before we go into Money in the Bank matches, let me ask you, because we're talking about this on the way here, about Brock Lesnar breaking CM Punk's single title reign record of most days, and you and I have both agreed on the same thing. And what is it?
It should not count.
It should not count.
No,
there should be a big asterisk next to that.
Saying doesn't defend it.
He really doesn't, and
doesn't show up on Raw, doesn't wrestle on Raw, doesn't defend his championship on a regular basis, doesn't show up to every pay-per-view, usually only wrestles and defends his championship at the Big Four.
Big Four.
Yeah, that's why it should have an asterisk.
And I think one of the big reasons why we bring this up is because he's not on Money in the Bank. He's not on the card for Money in the Bank for a Universal title match against anybody. And I think that's a crime. I mean, because you look at AJ Styles is defending. You look at Seth Rollins is defending.
You pretty much got every other championship defended except. Wait, the Raw championships being defended?
Well, I think I don't see him on the card, but I think the Raw tag team champions.
I think they are because I think it is the B team.
The only championship that's
versus the Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt.
The only championship that's not on here that's being defended is the U.S. title match. With Jeff Hardy. I don't know why that is. I don't know.
I don't have any clue. Cause
I don't know why. Maybe they just ran out of room, or maybe Hardy.
They just forgot about him. But they wouldn't forget about him. I don't know. Maybe, they probably just ran out of room. But then again, why would they have Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal in place of a U.S. Championship match? If that was the case, that they just simply ran out of room.
But let's go back to Brock Lesnar, and the reason I don't think it really counts is because, and the big reason is because CM Punk, when he held that title, I mean he may have held on to it in rather crafty ways and rather dubious fashions. And,
of course he was a heel. That's what they do. He was a heel,
but he was out there every Monday, and he went up against John Cena. And at least I know you went up against Cena many times. That was a big rivalry back then.
One of the best.
But Lesnar really hasn't put even in his matches against Reigns. Technically Reigns should hold the belt because of the controversy of at the Great Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, I remember that because his feet hit the floor first. But oh no, Brock won.
Yep.
I'm just like, seriously, that's absolute bullcrap.
Yeah, it is. It is a sad state of affairs. So I don't care what you say, Paul Heyman. Guess what?
He's gonna lose. I'm calling it.
Your client doesn't deserve the record. He doesn't defend his title. He needs to get, if he wants to really prove to the rest of the WWE universe that he deserves that record, guess what? Show up on Raw and defend it. And defend it against everybody on that roster.
Whether it be Finn Balor,
Or Braun
whether it be
Strowman.
Braun Strowman, or Roman Reigns.
Oh,
Hell, even Kurt Hawkins. I don't care. Just defend it, please.
Kevin Owens, you got a whole locker room full of people you could defend that thing against. And I think that, and not only that, isn't one of your best friends Kurt Angle? Don't you think Kurt Angle would like to have you defend that title on a show?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
he is the GM of Raw, so of course it'd just be perfect.
Yeah, it would be perfect, but such is the case here, and we're not getting that. So whatever. Anyway, when we come back from our break, we're going to go over Money in the Bank. There are how many matches are in this? Looks like it's about
a lot.
A lot. Well, not a lot. I mean, what, about 8 or 9 matches?
Well, they said the time limit is 4 hours now. So.
But we'll even give you arguments of why we think Money in the Bank should be added up to a major 5, a big 5. When we come back, we're going to go to our sponsors over at Adios Bail Bonds, because guess what? Jail food sucks. We'll be right back.
Oh my goodness.
Introducing the new California State Penitentiary Bologna Sandwich. Jail food sucks. Don't let your family eat jail food.
Your home is perfect. Until it's not. We understand that life has its changes. As your family grows, we're here to help grow with you. Because taking care of your family is important to you and important to us. Your story starts here with Cornerstone Mortgage.
At the time you were arrested, you were served with a DS-367 temporary driver's license. It's good for 30 days, but if you don't act within 10 days, at the end of those 30 days, your license will be suspended. It's important for your lawyer to contact the DMV for you. Set up a driver's license administrative hearing so that your license does not go into suspension. That's something here at Braemar Law we do for you.
And we're back. Hey, you see us? Do we look pretty?
Yes, we do. I agree.
All right, so we're gonna go through our Money in the Bank picks, and there are about 10 matches on this card.
Well, there's plenty.
So let's go to the pre-show match, and for some reason they put this match on the pre-show. I don't know why they put the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match on your pre-show. This makes no sense to me. This is stupid because you have the Bludgeon Brothers. Again, a stupid name for a tag team against Gallows and Anderson, and this looks like it'll shape up to be a good match. But for some reason, they put it on the pre-show where no one's going to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what we said on the way here. It's just it seems like you don't care for your tag team division.
You don't care about your tag team division.
And isn't SmackDown the one where they have all the
good tag teams? Yeah.
And here you have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship on the pre-show. And just, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't, but
it gives absolutely no worth to the belts now.
So let's just get this out of the way. Who do you like in the match? You like Bludgeon Brothers or Gallows and Anderson?
I think Gallows and Anderson. Because I don't think the Bludgeon Brothers are that good at champions.
Oh, really?
because they really don't seem like champions. They seem more like big people who go beat up small people, and they just happen to have a championship belt.
I mean, yeah, I like Gallows and Anderson to win this too. I don't know if they'll win it because they're really trying to give the Bludgeon Brothers a push. I mean, how much bigger a push can you get by having them like pretty much decimate the New Day and the Usos? I mean that, and I also never thought that they would actually should have been given this big of a push. I always thought that these guys should have been like the big bullies that pushes everybody around and they're not quite they're championship caliber, but they're not getting the respect and blah blah blah. But and I think quite possibly people are seeing through that. I think that they've got a good team in Gallows and Anderson to take the belts from them. However, I said the same thing about the Usos about a month or so ago that they should get the championships back from the Bludgeon Brothers, and that didn't happen. So, but I like Gallows and Anderson in this match too. What I don't.
Oh wait, I forgot to say. I think another reason that Gallows and Anderson will win the title is because AJ Styles later on has his match, and AJ Styles is going to win. Then you're going to have the club.
The club. All right, let's go to the one match I don't have here on the card, but they've been building up for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and that is the Leaders of World, defending their Raw Tag Team Champions against the B team. Now, I want to tell you, you and I talked last week about wrestlers that were being misused. We talked about Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel and how they were just not being used well, and all of a sudden now they have a championship match against the Raw Tag Team Champions. Wow, this was really not written well. It
just seems like their push went from like this to
it's
like they went from losing every single week to after 2 weeks, bam, they got their first title.
Which kind of begs the question: is were they losing because of the Miz?
I mean, yeah, it might have been that because he's the Miz. He is the A-lister. He is like the second best intercontinental champion of all time. So of course they're like the B team because Miz was the A-lister.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be very honest. If the B team wins, I am rioting. I've just realized that you guys don't really give a crap about your tag team championship belts and who they go to. My pick is for Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt to just wipe them off across the floor.
It's gonna be a
squash match.
Yeah, it's gonna be a squash. That's how
it's gonna be a squash. They might show flashes of brilliance, but no way are they gonna win those belts.
They're gonna put up a fight. I'm gonna say that, but they're definitely not gonna win.
Okay, let's go to the match that I think is the most useless match on the card, which is Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn.
This rivalry is so bad. Oh my god! It's like whenever it comes out, it's just like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom now.
So what has Sami Zayn done the last 3 weeks to get?
He hasn't even had a match. All he's done is done all these dumb segments, like making fun of Bobby Lashley. That's all he's done.
You know, what was it? He brought out his sisters. That one, and then when Bobby Lashley came out and he found Sami Zayn up in the crowd, and it's like, what, dude? And then of course this last Raw when they did the obstacle course. Oh my God, that was.
I didn't even see that. I saw it on Instagram. I was just like, what the hell?
It was so stupid. It was so stupid. It was like I'm like, this is the poorest excuse of setting up a rivalry with anybody. Oh my God, this is so stupid. I
mean, I thought Jinder Mahal versus Roman Reigns was stupid, but then you have Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. That's like negative 1,000 on like nobody cares. That's how bad it is.
That's how bad the booking this is.
Yeah. It's that bad.
I'm just gonna say flat out, this is Bobby Lashley's match. I mean, you don't bring him back and then just decide he's going to lose Sami Zayn. That's not going to happen.
Oh, no.
Not going to happen.
Sami Zayn's going to get his butt whipped.
He's going to get his butt whipped. And, yeah.
I can't wait to see it. Even though I'm not going to watch it, can't wait to see it.
So let's go to the other. Let's go to one of the other matches. And this was intriguing. This was Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Big Cass, who says he squashes little men. Thinking back to Enzo Amore.
No.
This, let me put it like, Daniel Bryan is not Enzo Amore. Daniel Bryan is not Enzo Amore. Daniel Bryan will win this match. I think he's going to put Big Cass in that heel lock and just heel hook, and that'll be.
I
the
mean,
end
do
of it.
you remember the SmackDown from a few weeks ago where he just like flew around the ring and just kicked Big Cass there and kicked him there, and then they had to, I think, get the referees off of Daniel Bryan or something.
Yeah,
I was like, dang, that shows you how it doesn't matter how tall Big Cass is, Daniel Bryan's gonna win.
Yeah, and what does this say about? Interesting question. Let me ask you really quick. What does this say about what the WWE thinks of Big Cass if he loses to Daniel Bryan? Is he going to lose his push, or are they just going to?
Well, I don't know, because everybody knows Vince McMahon loves
a
big
guy.
sweaty men.
Loves big sweaty
You've
men.
heard that, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's really the only reason Big Cass is getting a push is because Vince McMahon loves big sweaty men.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, who does Big Cass can he have a rivalry with? Let me think. Baron Corbin. No, he's on Raw. Braun Strowman. No, wait, he's on Raw.
Are there any people...
Bobby Lashley. No, he's on Raw.
Are there any people his size on SmackDown?
I don't think so. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem.
I think that's the problem.
Sucks. It's like you're giving him this gimmick, making him seem like a big guy, except you have like the fight people your own size thing, except there's nobody Big Cass's size on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of pointless. Giving him that type of gimmick.
I think it would have been. I think if he had been paired up in a match with, I'll just throw it out there with like someone like Samoa Joe. I think it would be.
That would have been
interesting. Would have been an interesting match. And of course, Samoa Joe was in that triple threat match with Daniel Bryan and Big Cass. So
which he won.
So.
I was still rooting for Daniel Bryan because I love Daniel Bryan.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, but.
Okay.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan's definitely gonna win that match, 100%.
Let's go to the other. Let's go to the match you find is going to be I'm going to take a nap match.
See, you got a match where you can take a nap, and then a match where you can go use the restroom.
Yeah. The next match, and I actually think this is going to be an intriguing match. I think that Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal is going to be a better match that it's billed for. I think because they've really. I think for me personally, I think they've set this rivalry up just right.
At least it's not like Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah. But I liked this match. I actually like this match. I think that this will probably be one of the better matches on the card. Now, granted. You know, you're not going to see. They're not going to be running around. They're not going to be throwing people. These two guys are going to pretty much just like slug it out. I mean, these are two big guys. They're going to be kicking. They're going to be slugging. You're going to see a spear.
Because that's their style.
That's their style. You know, and
they're not like Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's style is running around and kicking people, but Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal
that's
style,
that's
their style.
As JR would say, it's
going to be a slobber knocker.
Yeah, it's going to be a big slobber knocker. All right, let's go. I think this is going to be the match of the night. The Intercontinental Championship match between Seth Rollins and Elias.
The match I'm looking forward to outside of the ladder matches.
So who do you like? Or do I really have to ask?
Elias, because I walk with Elias. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the reasons they're going to give him the belt is because they're going to capitalize on him because of how popular he is. And they're going to give him a championship because people already love him so much, and if they give him a championship, it's just going to make him better.
Yeah, one of the rumors floating around is that they're gonna strip Rollins of the title to give him a match against Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I heard about this. And then I think Seth Rollins is gonna whoop Brock Lesnar's ass. We're gonna have a good Universal Champion.
Yeah.
And then if Seth Rollins wins it, we have a perfect person for the winner of the men's Money in the Bank match. If it's a person from Raw, to cash it in on Seth Rollins.
Interesting.
So
Excuse
that's
me.
another reason I hope that Seth Rollins will lose and then go on to beat Brock Lesnar. So then that would be like a perfect person
Yeah.
for a cash-in.
Again, this is another rivalry that they've set up just right because these guys have really gotten under each other's skin. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think Rollins holds onto the belt for one more month, and I think he loses it to Elias in the next pay-per-view. But I do think that
And I could see where you're coming from to let the rivalry go on a little bit longer
yeah.
until they give the challenger the belt.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't get me wrong. I think Elias will beat Rollins for the belt. I don't know if it's at this pay-per-view. I think it'll be at the next one.
Well, regardless of who wins, everybody knows it's going to be maybe
probably the best
at least the
match.
match of the night
The match of the
outside of the ladder matches, of course.
Let's go up to the we'll go up to SmackDown Women's Championship match: Carmella versus Asuka.
Definitely Asuka. Carmella's a horrible champion.
She's boring.
I don't think she's ever
boring.
defended it.
No, she has. She's defended it against Charlotte Flair.
Oh, she did. Oh, because of
And she goes, and I beat Charlotte Flair twice.
It makes
And
me
Charlotte
twice
beat-
as better as Charlotte.
Okay, first of all, this is boring. This is boring.
She's doing the same segments.
Same thing
every week.
The same promos every week.
Like, give me something to look forward to.
I can get up and
like,
go.
seriously, I don't want to see a celebration every week.
Yeah.
I want to see a SmackDown Women's title defense every week.
I think Asuka wins this. I think she wins it handily. If Carmella were to win it, I think it would be because maybe she gets disqualified, or
that does seem something like she would do.
She would do, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I think that would be the only way she would win.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, Asuka would definitely beat her within a matter of minutes.
All right, so let's go to the Raw Women's Championship match. This is Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey. Now, my feeling is that what's going to happen is this. I think that Rousey's going to win, but Jax is going to keep the belt.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, I think something will happen. One of the rumors that is floating around, and I think you would like this, is that Natalya wins the Money in the Bank match, or she participates in the Money in the Bank match, and then she goes out and she does something, congratulates Ronda, or does something like to go out there and be in her corner, and then she turns on her, and that's
puts
how
her in the sharpshooter.
Puts and Rousey loses the match.
I'd like to see that. I thought you were gonna say like then she comes out and cashes in on Nia Jax. I thought that's what you were gonna say, but
no, but
that'd be nice to see. Also.
That's the feeling I get. I mean, I can't see either woman winning outright.
Wait, actually, I think the ladder matches would be after those, would they?
Possibly, yeah.
Or do they come at the beginning of the?
I don't know. I don't know how they have it set up.
Yeah.
But
I'm not sure either, to be honest.
But the idea is that I think that Rousey wins, but Jax keeps the belt. I don't know. What do you think?
That sounds like what's going to happen. I agree with you.
Yeah. Before we go to our WWE Championship match between Styles and Nakamura, let's go to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ember Moon versus Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch versus Natalya versus Lana versus Naomi versus Sasha Banks.
That's a mouthful.
That's a mouthful. Here's the one thing I will say. It is not Sasha Banks.
I hate Sasha Banks. She's so boring.
She's
it's
overdone.
Like the same character.
She's overdone.
Can you change your character just like at least so we don't have to hear Michael Cole saying it's boss time every single week? Come on. At least change her gimmick. Like I mean something. At least so I just don't want to hear that. It's getting so annoying. It's boss time. Like, can you shut the fuck up, Michael Cole? It's that bad. That's one reason I don't want Sasha Banks to win is because if she does, she's gonna have to keep the boss gimmick, and I think If she doesn't, that would probably be a good setup for a character change.
A good heel turn. I think it's coming. Yeah,
and she might be a
I agree.
different character.
So who do you like in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match?
Natalya.
Why?
I think she deserves a championship. Oh, whoops, I almost slipped. I mean, she did hold the SmackDown Women's Championship for a short time, but I think she was more of a transitional champion.
Right.
So I think she should win this match, both because I think she is one of the best wrestlers in this match.
Mm-hmm.
I know there are other people like Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss, but Natalya, I'd have to say she's one of the best wrestlers besides Charlotte Flair. Everybody knows she's the best wrestler in the match. But besides her, I think Natalya is the best wrestler, and I love Natalya. She deserves the championship. So I think she's going to win.
I think if they're going to go down this angle, it's probably going to be her last championship run. A possibility. This also sets up a possibility if she wins it and they haven't done the Raw Women's Championship match, she can come in and take it from whoever it is that's in the ring at the time.
That's what I was saying.
I see this going one of two ways, and this is an interesting idea. I like Ember Moon to win it.
Yeah, she was another one I was thinking was going to win.
The reason is because the only other woman on this list that has not won a championship is Lana. And I can't see...
The only reason I could see her winning it is because of what Rusev said, like maybe 3 weeks or a month back, where it's going to be Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank. That's the only reason in the world I could see Lana having a chance of winning this.
Everybody else on this list has won a championship at least once. I think Ember Moon's getting a huge push. She's very exciting to watch.
Oh, no kidding.
And I think the only thing is that one of the things that's been said is that people don't like to see faces be the Money in the Bank winners because they always screw it up.
Really? I haven't heard that.
Well, not always screwed up. I mean, Baron Corbin won last year, and he screwed it up.
And that was so bad. It was like all Jinder Mahal's fault. Seriously, man, you ruined it. I wanted Baron Corbin as champion, but the other Jinder Mahal happened. The other way I can see it going is that Charlotte Flair wins for a possible cash in on Asuka. Ooh, that'd be another good one.
So that would be an interesting, kind of almost a rematch kind of thing happening. But yeah, I like Ember Moon to win this. I think that she's going to probably hold on to it for a few months before she cashes it in against whoever's on the Raw Women's Championship at the champion at the time. Let's go to the men. The men. Okay, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, The Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, a New Day member.
Which I think is going to be Xavier Woods. At least that's who I want it to be, but I think it's going to be Big E. That's what everybody's saying it's going to be.
Samoa Joe. I actually am thinking for New Day, I want Kofi Kingston. I think.
Oh, because Kofi Kingston. He's one of the best wrestlers.
Best wrestlers ever.
On his brand.
He's won
in the entire company.
He's won every other championship except
a world championship.
Yeah, and I think that would just be a rather on the dot on the sentence. I'm going to say right now though that my guy right now is Samoa Joe. I think that he is in the prime position right now to win a championship. He's in the driver's seat. He's the only guy I can see taking on Braun Strowman physically. So I think when you get the two of them get in the ring together, I think they're gonna really create a lot of fireworks. Joe he's big. He's a big guy, but he's agile, and I think this is the right time for him to cash in. And not only do I think that he will get the Money in the Bank briefcase, but I think he will cash it in that night. I think that he will cash it in that night against whoever wins between Nakamura and Styles.
Which I think is going to be Styles because I hate Nakamura. He's so annoying. Why?
Yeah, that whole gimmick has gotten old in a hurry.
Oh my God, he's no speak English.
Yeah, that's just really, really bad. Again,
really bad
writing. The rivalry's not bad, but just
it seems like the whole rivalry is centering around low blowing each other.
Yeah, it's like That's basically it. Let me see what, it seems like, and then of course, Nakamura in the last match we saw on Tuesday against Jeff Hardy, he low blows him, Hardy goes down, and he just stands in the middle, 1, 2, it's like, really? You're going to be, I don't see, I like Styles in that match too. I think Styles will win. They've said that the rumor is if Nakamura loses, it's the end of his WWE. I don't think so. But I think whatever happens that comes out of it, I think if Samoa Joe's going to win the Money in the Bank ladder match, and he's going to cash in on either Nakamura or Styles, whoever wins that match, and then then Samoa Joe will be your champion, and then you'll have a nice rivalry between Styles, Nakamura, and Joe to try and get that title.
A three-way
rivalry.
That'd be nice.
Which always makes things.
Don't really see that. It's usually just a one-on-one.
Yeah, but I think this triple rivalry will bring some interesting little heat to SmackDown. My outside bet, though, the guy I think who was my dark horse is Bobby Roode. I think he's a really good. He can be a really good heel if he holds on. I think if he wins it, I think he can just kind of sit back, wait in the driver's seat until the right champion comes around where he can cash in and be the new Universal Champion.
Or like Carmella, where she just waited for a
forever
really good moment, even though it seemed like she held on to it forever and ever. And yeah.
But those are my picks.
That's probably going to happen with him.
Those are my picks. Who do you like in the men's ladder match?
I've already told you. I think it's going to be Finn Balor.
Finn Balor. Why Finn Balor?
Everybody loves Finn Balor. Finn Balor hasn't gotten a championship since he had to relinquish and give up the Universal Championship back in 2016. Let's see. Why else? I think that's the main reason, is because I think he deserves it. He's probably one of the best wrestlers in the match. Or maybe The Miz. I don't think The Miz really needs it. He's already held every championship there is in the modern era. He's held every single championship.
But I think because we're looking toward, he's getting up there, and I think that he would probably want to be looking at another championship run also. But he's considered one of the best IC holders ever.
Oh yeah,
and
second best.
And second best. Yeah, we know who the best is. Chris
Jericho. Oh, by the way, I should mention this. He just won the IWGP Intercontinental Champion from Tetsuya Naito, which makes him the first person in history to have held both the WWE Intercontinental Championship and the IWGP Intercontinental Championship.
And IWGP stands for?
That's the one from New Japan. I'm not sure what IWGP stands for. I don't even know why it's IWGP and not like NJPW or something. I have no clue why they call it that.
By the way, we've been kind of binge watching some New Japan.
I've only watched 2 episodes on TV.
I've watched a couple of them.
I now got it on my recording list. So.
We can find that on what channel? Access channel?
Access TV. Direct TV. I believe it's channel 340. So if you have time, go watch it. It's on Friday nights at 5 o'clock.
And one of the things we do have to warn you about when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling is that
they take it much more seriously than WWE, and it can get bloody.
It can get bloody,
like seriously.
And you could hear certain words you don't hear.
Like you should see Chris Jericho's heel over in New Japan. He is like such a good heel, something that would not be allowed in the PG era.
He came out he came out with a mask on, and when he took the mask off, he looked like the Crow. the black and the white. I'm like, oh my God.
I remember what you're talking about. And then he proceeded to beat the living shit out of Naito. You should have seen his face after that. It was like covered in blood.
It was bloody.
Well, I mean, of course, he beat him with the ring bell.
Yeah, it was vicious. Got a chance.
Then again, that's Chris Jericho's heel.
But yeah, we've been watching some New Japan Pro Wrestling. Didn't even know I could get it on Access TV until you showed it to me.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through the channels and I just found it. I'm like, hey, that's cool.
So if you guys want to see some New Japan Pro Wrestling, that's where you find Access TV, Direct TV channel 340, I believe.
Yes.
All right. So your picks are
Finn Balor
and,
or The Miz.
and The Miz.
I just really hope it's not Braun Strowman.
No, I don't either.
I don't think he'd be a good champion, to be honest.
Here's the thing. I think that we're all waiting for him to take
He just doesn't have too much of a good character.
We're
That's
waiting
the
for
main
him
reason.
to take on Brock Lesnar again. That's basically it. And I think they've set it up where he's going to do that. We've already given our picks for the WWE Championship match, which is AJ Styles.
Yeah, so we've gone through everything. So is there anything else we want to talk about?
No, I think I think this is going to be an interesting Money in the Bank match. I'm looking forward to it.
We forgot to mention before we went to the break. You said we were going to talk about why we think Money in the Bank should be.
Yes, this is
now. It should be the big five instead of the big four.
And we're almost to the end of the show, so we need to get to. Yeah, I think Money in the Bank is just one of those pay-per-views. It's significant enough to where this is where it changes, the whole landscape changes.
Oh yeah,
because
at least for like the entire year.
Because you have somebody who is holding on to a guaranteed contract for a match that can happen at any time, any pay-per-view, any show, and I think that if it's treated right, I think the Money in the Bank for me has always been one of those pay-per-views that should be on that upper level pay-per-views.
With Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, it should be one of them. And that's one of the most looked forward to.
I think the reason they don't do it is because I guess SummerSlam is coming just a couple more months, and I don't think they want to. And even though let's think about it. WrestleMania was in April, so you figure April, May, June. We're not in June, July, August, so they have, and I think what they have is they put Money in the Bank in a spot where it's like, it's not one of those lower pay-per-views, but it's like right in the middle, so it builds a little momentum to SummerSlam.
So it's not like a Backlash, but it's not like a SummerSlam.
Right.
So it's one of the good ones.
Still, I think that I really think that because of the significance of the pay-per-view, I really think that Money in the Bank should be something that should be considered a higher echelon pay-per-view, and maybe even consider Hell in a Cell and Elimination Chamber in the same context too. But then again, you don't want too many big pay-per-views. You got your main four. This should be right there with them because this will give you that nice little break from WrestleMania to SummerSlam, and then we'll see how it works out. Mm-hmm. But what do you think?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if Money in the Bank, if none of the others were to become a big five, that definitely would become the one because that's like the second biggest.
Right.
Like that's like the second tier.
Right.
It's a second tier level, not a third tier, where you have your Backlashes and your fast lanes, and then you have your second tier with Hell in a Cell and Money in the Bank and Elimination Chamber. But Money in the Bank, that should become a big five because that's one of the most important. Probably maybe the second important, besides maybe Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think those are the two most important pay-per-views out of the entire year. Yeah, that's why it should be a big five.
It should be a big five. Because
of its importance in the year. So
right smack dab in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
So, all right. We have talked and I'm looking at the clock going, we better get rolling. So So we are the Wrestling Boys. I'm Big Goose.
I am Logan.
We are brought to you by Adios Bail Bonds, where they say jail food sucks. We'll be back next week. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.